Alright, we're doing a review here of the RC Moment JJRC H36 2.4 gigahertz 4-channel 6-axis gyro RC quadcopter. It's well packaged, lots of bubble wrap. Tiny little box. Specs. 2.4 gigahertz, 360 degrees, LED lights, 6-axis gyro, has headless mode, return to home mode, high-low speed switch. Let's have a look and see what we have in here. Box. That. Lots of plastic packaging. Seems to stick like a magnet. Tiny remote. Instructions. Have a USB charging cable, some four spare props. It's just the standard USB cable. You can use it for charging the unit. It's about just over 1.5 feet long, I'd say. Instruction manual in English. Contains lots of information. Oh, there's the Chinese side. Let's flip it over. Lots of information, included parts, operating instructions, operating control, how to do flips, information about flight environments, information about installing the blades. So I'll leave that there. We have the underside of the unit with a tiny, I'm going to read this here, a 150 milliamp hour battery, 3.7 volts, 30C. Little guy's pretty light. This is the same type of remote that we have for the minis. Oh, got a little bit of a nub there on the plastic. It goes too far. You gotta be careful you don't get that stuck because that's the throttle control. So this doesn't have batteries in it. So I have to put 2 AA's, which I will slide over and get. Install those in there. So that's 2 AA batteries to power the remote. Now if this is like those other mini quadcopters, and the mechanism to arm it is by going all the way up and all the way back. So let's see if this sucker has some battery power, because I actually just opened it and didn't charge it. So let's cross our fingers. Oh, we have power. Alright. Try to mess out of the way. See if I can get this to throttle up at least. Cute. Alright, let's see if I can keep this hovering here. It is definitely in a performance mode. Usually there's a way to switch the performance mode of these things to make them a little more kid-friendly or, you know, inexperienced user-friendly. So let me see here. Anyway, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about this guy. It's got obviously 4 motors. Control board is in there. Red LED and a blue LED. It does have a front, but when you switch it to headless mode, it doesn't matter. It's just a question of actually what mechanism you use to do that. Let's just see if we can find a way to actually quickly switch it to headless mode. Okay, too much information for this right now. Anyway, if you want to charge the unit, you just have to pop the battery out and plug these two in, those two in together, JST connector, plug that into your USB port. See if we can get this guy going again. Not bad. Definitely have to find the easy mode just to make it a little less reactive. Most of these do have that. I just don't have the details in front of me. So anyway, this guy costs, looking at their website, costs $16 US or $23 and change Canadian, with free shipping at, again, RC Moment. They actually have options to buy extra batteries and other components as well. Yeah, so anyway, headless mode, just reading some details here. It's headless mode. So headless mode means that it doesn't matter which way the quadcopter is oriented when you're flying it. If you pull back on the throttle, it'll always come back to you. Likewise, if you go forward, left or right, that'll always be left or right no matter which way the quadcopter is facing. So it's pretty useful when these little suckers, because they're so symmetrical, when they get far away from you, you have no idea which way it's facing because you can't necessarily see the front or back, and nor can you always see the LED lights. So often you just see an object moving and you just want that object to come back to you or go away from you or left or right, and headless mode allows for you to do that. So anyway, I'll post some more information on my blog about this and put some details about the headless mode feature and whatnot. But it looks like the whole unit, from a standpoint of durability, I mean, it's good that they have the rings to protect the props, because you're often smacking this into walls or other objects. So when it hits somebody, the nice thing is they don't get a nick, unlike some of those other mini quadcopters. And if you hit walls, it'll just bounce off. So if you saw earlier when I was flying it, I was just bouncing it off these objects and using my hand a little bit. So that's a nice feature. And the nice thing is it's flexible too. So it's going to take a beating as opposed to just have parts crack on it, which is nice. So it has a lot of play to it. And good thing is it goes back to that position. So the gyro will do its job to correct for any imperfections in the form, the mold of the plastic. Maybe it's not ideally balanced or whatnot, but that gyro, that's the purpose of the gyro. It keeps that stuff in sync. Anyway, this is Dave from Plastibots, signing out for now, and hope you enjoyed this review and got some information about it. Again, watch that remote. The only other little advantages or issues is that I went a little bit high there, and it actually a little nub of plastic caught, and I couldn't pull it back. So, but you can see it there if you look carefully. I'm just going to get in there with a little knife and just scratch that off, and there it's jammed. Scratch that off, and then there's nothing there. This one's okay. I'll scratch that piece of plastic off, and that'll smooth it out, which will make it flow just fine. All right, Plastibots out.